First tonight on our News Live at 7.
I'm Delvado Emmanuel, and I'm standing in one of many stores here downtown impacted by the ongoing power outages. Some store owners I've spoken to today said if the power isn't restored soon, they may have to close shop. Stay tuned to our news for the full story.
The ongoing BPL power outages hit at the heart of the tourist and business district. Then, rape charges in court today following leaked voice notes and a social media firestorm over the weekend after an 18-year-old girl was reportedly violated after she said she passed out on a ride home. We've got the details of the arraignment today. And if you've been a victim of a data breach or had your personal information stolen online, speak up and report it. It's a growing problem, but experts say not enough victims are coming forward. And then in our news at 7:30.
Over 2 weeks now, they ain't got a generator here yet. And they can tell me they're doing their best. Like, if their best ain't good enough.
Frustration mounts in Grand Key after several weeks. Residents say they've been waiting, sweating, and wondering when or if relief is coming. Our News Live at 7 starts now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our News Live at 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Jerome Sawyer in for Megan Shepherd. Downtown businesses in darkness with dwindling sales today as another power outage at the heart of the tourist and business district leave many businesses crippled and shopping tourists in sweltering heat. Our Delvado Emmanuel gets us started this half hour.
Behind me is just one of several businesses here in downtown Nassau feeling the impact of ongoing power outages, with some business owners saying the ongoing disruptions is making it difficult to keep their doors open and serve their customers. What should have been a busy day in downtown Nassau, with several cruise ships in port and shopping tourists, was instead this: shoppers in dark showrooms, no air conditionings, and employees trying to make the best of a bad situation inside Lyrics by the Perfume Bar. The store's manager confirmed they had been without power since 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon.
We have like a power bank which stays up, but we also have like a wireless credit card machine. So that was really helping us, like if somebody wants to purchase something in the dark.
As my cameraman and I moved along the usually busy Bay Street corridor, the sounds of standby generators echoed through the area. And for businesses that had them, the lights were on and the cash register moving. But for those store owners like Wellington Woods with no generator, it meant a day of lost business.
Businesses have to operate, so no one give us credit for the loss. They also need to give rebates on all of this electricity being cut off regularly, because it's not fair.
And the impact wasn't only being felt behind the counter. For tourists stepping off the cruise ships and into the downtown shopping district, even browsing became a challenge. Inside some stores, we watched shoppers with cell phone flashlights sifting through merchandise.
I feel bad for the merchants themselves.
Right.
Because it for sure is ruining their take-home money. Exactly. Because a lot of people aren't told before getting off the ships that they need to bring cash. So
right.
I feel like it looks bad for the economy.
And for this Louisiana native, the heat was unbearable.
Still beautiful, but I will come back. But I don't know, what's happening with the air. But it's very hot and humid already, so I think twice about it.
A statement from Bahamas Power and Light said the extended outages is tied to an issue at its East Hill Street substation. The company says an additional equipment problem was discovered while crews tried to reroute the power, with repair times of 5 to 6 hours expected. Reporting for our news, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
Thanks a lot, Delvado. And coming up at 7:30, our Chanasa Outen is talking to Grand Key residents who have been without power now for more than 2 weeks. The Road Traffic Department is drawing a line in the sand, warning taxi and livery drivers that any further protests must be lawful and peaceful. Acting Road Traffic Controller Kelsey Monroe saying in a statement today the department is concerned by the taxi union's decision to step away from talks with the livery industry and urging both sides to return to the negotiating table. The dispute boiled over on July 9th when taxi drivers went on strike and blocked the entrance to Lynden Pindling International Airport, citing unfair treatment by livery operators. Monroe now warns warns that blocking roads or access to the airport, hotels, cruise ports, or any other public facilities will not be tolerated. The statement notes under the Road Traffic Act, deliberately obstructing traffic is an offence, with drivers facing police action, prosecution, or possible suspension, or even the revocation of their public service license. The department says negotiation remains the best path forward, but public safety and the country's tourism product must come first. On to some other news tonight. 26-year-old Romeo Stewart Jr. is behind bars tonight after he was charged with 2 counts of rape in connection with a case that sparked widespread discussion on social media. Stewart Jr. was arraigned Thursday morning in the Magistrates Court number 9 before Acting Chief Magistrate Ancella Evans. He was not required to enter a plea to the charges and was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. The charges come just days after purported voice notes began circulating online, allegedly capturing Stewart Jr. discussing an alleged encounter involving an 18-year-old woman. Those recordings triggered widespread reaction online. Police launched an investigation last Friday after an 18-year-old woman reported that she'd been traveling in a vehicle with a male and a female, and the two shortly were headed home before 4 that morning. According to the initial police report, the woman said that her friend was dropped off in the Bernard Road area before the other male passenger was taken to his residence. She then told police that while the vehicle was later parked at the driver's residence, she lost consciousness. The woman reported regaining consciousness at around 6 that morning and said that the driver told her she was home. Police say after returning to her residence, she reported that she'd been sexually assaulted. Stewart Jr. is due back before the court on the 4th of February, 2027, when a voluntary bill of indictment is expected to be served. Another suspect also behind bars awaiting sentencing after admitting to rape and burglary. Mike Dwayne Ramming pleaded guilty to the charges in the middle of his trial before Justice Lauren Klein. On October 20th, 2024, Ramming broke into the woman's home and sexually assaulted her in her bedroom. Ramming apologized to the woman for his actions days later when police held a confrontation between them. Ramming, who was on bail, has been remanded into custody. He returns to court in November. So have you been a victim of a cybercrime or just concerned about your personal data being leaked? Well, the Office of Data Protection is encouraging people to report any suspicions that their sensitive information may have been compromised. Speaking at the Rotary Club West Luncheon on Thursday, Data Protection Commissioner Michael Wright revealed his office has gotten no more than 25 reported incidents for the year. He believes more people should be coming forward. Now, Wright says, as the use of data grows, especially with the rise of artificial intelligence, there is always a risk that information can fall through the cracks, despite sophisticated cybersecurity measures. And in some cases, data thieves can access personal information and even sell it. That's why he's urging people to speak up if they suspect their personal or sensitive information has been leaked or misused.
An offense on a person, it could be a malicious attack that came about involving personal information associated with a data subject resident here within the jurisdiction. It could very well be some inherent risk of personal information exposed due to an employee making a mistake.
All right, time now for your first look at temperatures around the country. Meteorologist Greg Thompson standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Jerome, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Another hot and steamy day around the islands today. Temperatures back into the 90s with triple-digit indices. And, of course, we still have that heat advisory in effect for most of the chain of islands. Some Saharan dust still lingering around, but most of it is tapering off. 88 degrees is our current temperature on the outside. East-southeast winds at 7 miles per hour. Feels like temperature 98. Very hot on the outside. Temperatures right now around the chain of islands, we are in the upper 80s with 89 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, 87 over in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, also in Alistown, Bimini, 88 Great Harbor, Keithbury Islands, here in the capital, another pair of 89s, Nicholstown, North Andros, Governor's Harbour, Lutra, Central Bahamas, Kemps Bay, South Andros, also 89 there, 88 Black Point, Exuma, Arthurstown, Kid Island, Deadman's Key, Long Island, 87s in Georgetown, Great Exuma, Port Nelson, Rum Key. Over in Coburn Down, San Salvador, 86 there, and into the southeast Bahamas. Duncan Town, Ragged Island, 85. 88, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island. Then we picked that up in Masu Town, Inagua. Pair of 87s in Delectable Bay, Aucklands. Abrahams Bay, Meguana. Providenciales, Turks, and Caicos Islands. You are the warm spot down south. We have a temperature right now of 90 degrees. Satellite radar composite, as I did say, a hot and steamy day across the islands. Surface high pressure still in charge, but we still have this upper level low that's spinning across South Florida. That's helping to trigger some showers and some isolated thunderstorms, mainly across the northwest Bahamas. Most of the activity staying across Florida, though. But that tropical wave that was passing southwest, well to the west. We will continue to see some isolated shower activity today, tonight actually, through tomorrow. We expect some tapering off as we expect another batch of Saharan air for the weekend. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. We'll take a second look at our weather later on in the newscast.
Coming up in sports, we got some clutch moments on the baseball field and disappointment on the soccer pitch. But let's get to it.
Paradise Games just opened a new location on Prince Charles.
Yeah, where? I drive Prince Charles every day.
Right in the Solomon Springs Plaza.
Oh, yeah, I know the plaza. So when they open?
They open Monday to Sunday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Well, let me hurry up and get there right now to catch this late Miami tree ball. You know my boy turning 30. I gotta try catch this number before it falls.
Girl, let me come with you. Lake Miami, here we come.
Paradise Games, where every spin is a chance to win. Paradise Games reminds you to please game responsibly.
You or a loved one currently under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Our compassionate team is committed to patients and their loved ones. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept all major insurance. With 2 locations to serve you, at Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street, we also ship to the Family Islands. Visit us on Facebook or call Ports at 377-1771.
Pop the top with collect, check your cap by 700, 200,000 in cash and prizes, with winners on different islands. Collect! Pop the top with collect, check your cap by 700. You could win free bears, take a sip and collect merchandise. Mother said, I pop mine at I pop mine at win free bears at and just check your cap. Collect! Pop the top with collect, check your cap by 700. You could win free bears, take a sip and collect merchandise. Mother says, drink responsibly, boy.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. It's not always the long ball. Jazz gets it done in the clutch in a variety of ways. This is the kind of play that gets you paid. Somewhere. Wasn't the big home runs last night. It was the kids' speed and athleticism on display to help the Yankees get a much-needed 5-3 win on the road in Baltimore. Jazz went 1 for 2, drew 2 walks, scored 2 runs, and when the game was on the line, tied at 3 in the 8th, he stepped up. He was already setting records. Now he's the hero once again. Chavez Young is always a fan favorite no matter where he plays. Now he gets to hear the cheers in French. Young just helped his Quebec Capitals to clinch a spot in the playoffs of the Frontier League with his walk-off single. Quebec and Sussex County were tied 8-8 in the 9th when the all-star outfielder lined the ball to left field, bringing home the winning run and giving Quebec a 9-8 win. 1 goal. That's it. 1 goal was the difference between Team Bahamas getting through to the semis and elimination. The Bahamas under-14 boys were eliminated in Punta Cana after a 1-0 loss to Guyana in their final group match of the CFU Challenge Series. The team finished with 6 points and second place in the standings in Tier 2 Group C, but only the top team in the group could advance. That was Guyana. I've known a lot of Bahamians recently that have gone to Colombia and have experienced a tremendous amount of success for various reasons. Carl Hield is one of them. Hield stopped Yerish Contreras in the 3rd round to successfully defend his WBA Fed Carib and NBA Latin Super Welterweight titles. He also improved to 17-0. That'll do it for Our Sports. Back at it right here with the home team on Our News at 7:30.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world. Hopes of finding survivors fading after a collapsed gold mine in the Central African Republic. Now 2 days after that disaster claimed over 100 lives. Plus, Prince Harry and Meghan are reportedly preparing to return to the UK this fall, but they will not resume their roles as working members of the royal family. And then security agencies across Trinidad and Tobago were placed on high alert after 11 bomb threats targeted courts, a shopping plaza, and a government ministry. We've got the details when our news returns.
For 38 years, Struckham Commercial Pest Services has provided trained certified technicians while using environmentally safe, industry-standard products. Pests can devastate your business. Together, we will ensure adequate sanitation standards and safe pest exclusion methods. Uncontrolled pest problems lead to significant financial loss due to food contamination, business disruption, and stock waste. Struckham provides detailed solutions protecting your business and reputation. Struckham, #1 in pest control services.
Rubens has career wear from Casper and Klein and LeSuit that will take you from office perfection to after-hour elegance with professional tailored suiting and business casual pieces. We have your 9-to-5 fit, even in plus. At Rubens, we believe trailblazing women need clothing that will consistently deliver powerful looks that complement their style and confidence. Rubens has workwear for the guys too, with Dockers and Nautica pants, dress shirts, and more to enhance his professional wardrobe. Get dressed up with Rubens, Harbor Bay and Palmdale Plaza, with timeless suiting made to work.
Hey pizza lovers, Marco's Pizza is turning up the heat with new daily deals that are here to stay. Get the trio 1 large, 1 topping pizza, a 2-liter drink, and cheesy bread for just $21. Or double up with the Golden Crust Duo. 2 large, 1 topping pizzas and a 2-liter drink for just $24. Want more? Grab the Magnifico Double. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for just $28. Great pizza, great deals, all day, every day. Available now at Marco's Pizza. Order today.
AssureWin is open 24/7.
You can now top up your AssureWin account anytime online with the online deposit option on AssureWin.com.
Or via any convenient SunCash ATM. Just click the AssureWin selection.
It's quick, easy, and always open. AssureWin online. What's your game?
Lotto, casino, or sportsbook.
Win big. It's AssureWin.
Quick, easy, and always open. AssureWin online.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to those stories making headlines across the world. Hopes are fading of finding survivors at the collapsed gold mine in the Central African Republic. It's been 2 days since this devastating disaster claimed over 100 lives and left many still buried under the debris. Rescuers at the site of the Zambui are working hard to recover those bodies, but local miners say their lack of proper equipment and expertise is making it difficult. Eyewitnesses tell of seeing victims suffocating as people try to help them. The local Red Cross is on the ground, and more than 10 bodies were found just this morning. Sadly, the death toll there continues to rise. Prince Harry and Meghan are reportedly preparing to return to the United Kingdom this fall, but they will not resume their roles as working members of the royal family. Their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibeth, are expected to start school in the UK in September. The family will live outside of London while maintaining homes in California and Portugal. Harry and Meghan left royal duties more than 6 years ago. Harry recently expressed interest in reconciling with King Charles, who is undergoing cancer treatment. And security agencies across Trinidad and Tobago were placed on high alert after 11 bomb threats targeted courts, a shopping plaza, and a government ministry. The threats were received within 40 minutes, prompting police and fire service teams to respond. The affected buildings were evacuated and searched before being cleared for re-entry. Officials say the calls appeared to be coordinated. And a tree planting ceremony in Pride Estates here in the capital turned into a powerful symbol of community pride. Our Evelyn Ferguson tells us more in tonight's edition of Sustainability First.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
This guava tree planting drive at Pride Estates Park in New Providence was more than a one-day event. It's part of a bigger vision that didn't just start. In recent months, crews have been cleaning beaches from Goodman's Bay to Montague and South Beach. From tree planting drives to neighborhood park upgrades, the authority has been working to make these areas safer, greener, and more inviting. Executive Chairman of the Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority, Jamal Strawn, has set a goal of upgrading 5 parks every quarter.
It is with great pleasure that I stand with you today. In Pride Estates, there's something beautiful about planting a tree in a community. We're placing something in the ground that speaks to tomorrow. Today, I am especially pleased to acknowledge Mr. Sparky, whose love for this community and commitment to its continued improvement brought us to this particular moment.
The chairman also emphasized the importance of looking after these shared spaces.
Our parks and beaches are among the places that make the Bahamas feel like home. As an authority, we have a responsibility to ensure that these spaces are cared for, maintained, and made better. But there is another part of that responsibility that belongs to all of us. There's a tremendous power in a community that takes ownership of its surroundings.
And today, voices like community activist Jean Vincent Sparky Fountain, reminding residents that caring for the land also means sustaining traditions and feeding families.
Plant a tree every 10 feet, so in the future the children, the adults, and visitors could come and eat whatever in season. Pick a dilly, a guava, a coconut, whatever it is. Let's beautify this Commonwealth of the Bahama Islands. Stop worrying about BBL and the importing food and everything. Let's grow our food. Right here, we can do it, everybody. God bless Pride Estate. God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahama Islands. Thank you.
The Pride Estates tree planting is part of a wider initiative to keep public spaces across the Bahamas thriving. It's also a reminder that sustainability begins with small steps, planting, preserving, and protecting what we have for the future. Reporting for Our News and reminding you to put sustainability first. I'm Evelyn Ferguson.
And still to come on Our News tonight at 7:30, a long-standing legal dispute between Bahamian and developer Toby Smith and the government has come to an end. We've got the details of the ruling. Plus,
we can all see what's happening here with the pool in Grand Bahama.
6 months after government officials broke ground on a major aquatic facility in Grand Bahama, questions are now being raised about the pace of the construction. All that and more coming your way in Our News at 7:30.
Sun, sea, good friends. And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef, one perfect balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Making money is a lot like baking bread. This loaf, like Treasury bills, was made with a recipe designed to deliver great results and to do so in a relatively short period of time, just like Treasury bills. While this loaf here is more like Bahamas registered stock. It's a bit fuller, a bit crustier, and you may have to wait a little bit longer, but boy is it worth it. Treasury bills and Bahamas registered stock are both low risk, government backed, and feature maturity dates that you pick. Treasury bills and Bahamas registered stock, making money never tasted so good.
Life is full of complicated things. Trading in the Bahamian stock market doesn't have to be one of them. As a BISIC registered broker, RF Stock Brokerage is your direct line to buying and selling shares in publicly traded companies like AML, Cable Bahamas, Doctors Hospital, and more. And with priority trading and the automatic deposit of your trade proceeds and dividend payments, with RF, you're going to love the way you trade. Get started today at rfgroup.com. RF, money at work.
Hurricane season is here and preparation is key. Stay connected to the R News team and the RTV network for comprehensive coverage you can count on. Our team of expert meteorologists and reporters provide accurate and up-to-date information that focuses on your safety and what matters most to you and your family. Rely on the team you trust for all of the latest developments this hurricane season. Tune in and stay informed. Your safety depends on it. Finally tonight, the music, the moments and memories of DJ Fresh International will be honored this Saturday during a homegoing celebration. Fresh, whose real name is Melvin Henfield, was among the 10 victims who lost their lives in that tragedy on July 10th when their plane went down en route from New Providence to North Andros. Event organizer DJ Bravo says the celebration will capture the essence of who Fresh was and the impact that he had on Bahamian music and entertainment.
Fresh was a very happy person, and anybody who knows Fresh knows him by his smile, and we like to call him the drumming DJ. Yeah, he brought something new into the soca game. Actually, he was the first DJ that I saw actually beating drums while playing music like that. That's different, that takes some talent.
So the occasion is also an opportunity to provide support to his children.
Plenty of people think that DJs make this whole, a lot of money and we do this and we do that, but really and truly it's like a day-to-day, check-to-check situation. So we just want to ensure that the children are, taken care of because daddy gone, so we're trying to make sure at least give them something.
All right, a great cause, and if you're able to attend, we certainly encourage you to go out and support. That's going to do it for our news at 7. We've got more to come in our news at 7:30, but the sound of cowbells mean it's time for Thursday is the New Friday, sponsored by Click. Entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller is getting the weekend started at the Bahama Resort. I understand a special guest is in town.
Hey,
Danny.
Jerome. I am at night 2 of Manny Fresh here at the Jazz Club, and let me tell you, in here is already beginning to fill up with people, even though it's early, because we already know that a Jazz Club party starts on time, and everybody's so excited to see Manny Fresh. I'm excited to see Manny Fresh. The child in me is very happy tonight, even though I wasn't supposed to be listening to Manny Fresh and Cash Money Records, but that's a story for another day. I am also officially a member of the record label because during our interview, Manny Fresh told me that I am now Tenny Fresh. Address me as such. Respect me. He also invited me to their tour in New Orleans, Jerome. I can leave that right there. All right. If you want to know more about my escapades this weekend, go to our social media pages and watch Thursday is the New Friday. And tune into our 7:30 p.m. broadcast for your weekly dose of entertainment news. All right, y'all. Until next weekend. Sue says, back to you in studio.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank
Be
you,
sure
Danny.
and stay tuned to our news on Thursday to see more escapades with the one like that with our Jenny Fresh.
Jenny Fresh. Here are your latest headlines.
Tonight on our news, live at 7:30, residents on Grand Key are still dealing with electricity problems.
Over 2 weeks now, they ain't got a generator here yet. And they can tell me they're doing their best. But their best ain't good enough.
Plus, a years-long legal battle over a prime Paradise Island property has come to an end, with the Privy Council ruling against developer Toby Smith. Plus, students and families across the Caribbean are on high alert as UE investigates a ransomware scare. And later, the Grand Bahama Minister, Ginger Moxie, is providing an update on the reopening of East Sunrise Highway.
We've done a lot of the clearing. Of course, there was a huge lagoon there.
The story when our news at 7:30 returns.
Hi, my name is Dr. Ron Elias, and I'm an interventional cardiologist here at Doctors Hospital. I'm standing here in Doctors Hospital coronary interventional unit, which is behind me. You can see this brand new piece of equipment, which is basically a very highly sophisticated X-ray machine. It's called a fluoroscopy machine. And we use this fluoroscopy machine to take images of the heart, and we inject special type of contrast to essentially paint the arteries of the heart and to try to assess if there are any blockages or any pathologies, any impairments in the arteries that might lead to reduction of blood flow to the artery. And these are the same things that cause heart attacks. Now, what do we need this fancy equipment, this highly state-of-the-art equipment for? Well, this machine saves lives.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall-Thomas. First tonight, for more than 2 weeks, residents on the island of Grand Key Abaco have been living without reliable power. And for some, the prolonged outage is now more than an inconvenience. It's taking an emotional and financial toll. Our Nassau Outages reports.
Over 2 weeks now, they ain't got a generator here yet. And they could tell me they're doing their best. But their best ain't good enough.
That frustration is boiling over in a Grand Key home, where residents say they've been waiting, sweating, and wondering when or if relief is ever coming. Craig Cephas tells me that power was restored early Tuesday morning after being out for about a week. We first reported on August 12th that the electricity had returned, but Cephas says the relief was short-lived. By 5 o'clock the following morning, he says the lights were out again, and residents have been without power ever since.
I was expecting the power to should come back on any minute, but all day, nothing. And then when we finally heard, it was something with the generator.
And so the wait continued. Cephas says this isn't just about flipping a switch. The island is still dealing with water issues, while cell service continues to drop. And without reliable power, even the most basic comforts become a struggle. He says his own family has been forced to find solutions just to get by. Cephas tells me that his mother's generator exploded after being overworked, forcing the family to order another one. And that, he says, only raises more questions.
They just ordered another generator a couple days ago, and that generator gonna be here in the next couple of days. I mean, and they ordered. Mm-hmm. So you could tell me now the government don't have the resources to get a generator here right away?
The frustration also extends to the energy minister, who Cephas says has failed to provide the leadership residents' needs.
They look like the minister is failing the entire country, because all over the country has power issue. Mm-hmm. Not only Grand Key.
But he's not alone. For another Grand Key resident, the ongoing blackouts have become too much to bear. So much so that she's now afraid to even return home.
But it ain't make no sense because of what's going on. What I coming for Craig on me one day, I ain't got no generator or nothing. So what I gonna do me? I don't even have a generator.
Now, BPL has released a statement saying that another rental generator is being sent down to Grand Key tomorrow with hopes of restoring the power. But as the Prime Minister would have acknowledged in his national address, thousands of dollars are being spent on these rental systems with no permanent fix, which now leaves residents to wonder, is this just another Band-Aid being placed to temporarily patch an ever-worsening wound? Reporting for Our News, I'm Nassau Outages. All right, thanks so much for that, Chinasso. Well, a long-standing legal dispute between Bahamian developer Toby Smith and government has come to an end, with the country's highest court ruling that Smith did not have a valid lease for Crown land on Paradise Island. Smith claimed that his company, Paradise Island Lighthouse and Beach Club Company, secured a binding 21-year lease over 5 acres of prime Crown land on Paradise Island. However, the London-based Privy Council upheld earlier findings by the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal that the proposed agreement was not enforceable because it had not been executed by the minister responsible for Crown lands. In April 2012, Smith applied to lease 17 acres of Crown land on Paradise Island for development, as well as the restoration and upkeep of the lighthouse. Following years of discussions, the Bahamas Investment Authority agreed in May 2018 to recommend approval of a 21-year lease covering 5 acres. Well, across the Caribbean, the University of the West Indies is responding to a ransomware scare, a development hitting close to home for Bahamians who study or have family at UE. The university says there is no evidence its systems have been breached, but a full investigation is underway. Staff and students are being urged to avoid suspicious links, protect their accounts, and report unusual activity. With nearly 50,000 learners across the region, officials say vigilance remains critical. Well, 6 months after government officials broke ground on a major aquatic facility in Grand Bahama, questions are now being raised about the pace of construction, with residents saying they've seen little progress at the site. Back in February, Sports Minister Mario Boleg alongside Prime Minister Philip Davis broke ground on the long-awaited Grand Bahama Aquatic Center. The facility is expected to feature an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a warm-up and cool-down pool, diving facilities, a cafeteria, and spectator seating. At the time, construction was projected to take between 18 and 24 months. But now, 6 months into the project, some Grand Bahamians say there appears to be little activity at the site. The Bahamas Aquatics Federation is also raising concerns. Speaking with our news team while in Grand Bahama, Federation President Algernon Cargill says from what he has observed, the project appears to have stalled.
Well, we can all see what's happening here with the pool in Grand Bahama. I haven't seen it, but from what I've been told by Bahamas aquatic officials here on the island, that the area is full of weeds now after the groundbreaking ceremony. So it is disappointing that the pool has seemed to have stalled, but Grand Bahama contributes at least a third of the Caribbean team every year. And they have a really good talent base here, and the coaches do an excellent job. So I believe Grand Bahamians deserve the 50-meter pool. Hopefully that gets off the ground very quickly, because it will add more depth to the program and other opportunities and venues for Bahamians to swim.
Now, we did get a response from the Sports Minister Mario Boleg on the matter late this afternoon. He says the land for the future aquatic center was inspected today in Grand Bahama, and once the report is received, funding for the project will proceed. The minister also responding to Cargill's comments and question how a house could, quote, come out of the ground in one night, end quote, saying construction takes time. Now we will have more from the minister in tomorrow's newscast. Still on the island of Grand Bahama, after nearly 2 decades, the reopening of the island's West Sunrise Highway is becoming a reality. That's according to Grand Bahama Minister Ginger Moxie, who says significant work needed to move the project forward is now underway. The West Sunrise Highway was closed following the completion of the Royal Oasis property, prompting frustration among residents and business owners who say the road served as a major traffic artery connecting Western and Central Freeport. Moxie, speaking with our news outside the Grand Bahama International Airport Wednesday, says the project is making progress.
We've done a lot of the clearing. Of course, there was a huge lagoon there, a man-made beach that was constructed there that no one wanted. And we have been filling and compacting that. So there's a lot of heavy lifting that's been happening behind the scenes. But we're soon to the point where we will start the actual paving of the road.
And that was actually outside Western Air's terminal on the island of Grand Bahama. Well, nice weather on this Thursday. Wondering what else we can expect as we move closer to the weekend. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Italia, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions outside our studios and around the islands. Temperatures out in the upper 80s, 88 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Your winds out of the east-southeast at 7 miles per hour, but the feels-like temperature feels very warm. Feels like 98 degrees on the outside. Satellite radar composites, surface high pressure still in charge of our weather. Still have some Saharan dust across the area, so we are going to relax those dust advisories, but the heat advisory will continue as we continue to see triple-digit indices across most of the island chain. Upper level low across Florida, sparking some showers and some thunderstorms. A little bit of a relief to the heat, but the humidity kicks back in once the sun comes back out. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. We'll take a look at the tropics and your extended forecast when we come back.
Still to come in our news, a longtime public servant, Ivan DeVoe, is being remembered for his contribution to the country, with the Grand Bahama Conference Room now carrying his name.
A wonderful individual, always at the beck and call. If you called him, asked him to sort out something, he did it.
And later, university costs can be a major burden for families, but several Grand Bahama students are getting significant financial help through a 4-year scholarship thanks to Buckeye. That's all coming up when our news returns.
Informed healthcare decisions begin with accurate diagnostics, and access to laboratory services have never been easier. Our facilities are available across the Bahamas, and our team will even come to you. Your samples are meticulously processed using state-of-the-art equipment, ensuring accurate results, giving your physician all the information to establish the correct course of treatment. Choose Doctors Hospital for your lab services. Call or visit a lab collection site today.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4 get 1 free sale. Free monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back to school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back to school special. Restrictions apply.
Hurricane season is here, and staying informed is crucial. Stay with our news and the RTV network for reliable coverage and insights you need. Our experienced meteorologists and reporters are dedicated to bringing you timely, relevant updates to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Stay with the team you already trust this hurricane season. Tune in and stay informed. Your safety depends on it.
A former civil servant is being remembered for his years of service, with the conference room at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Grand Bahama office named in his honor. Ivan DeVoe, a retired assistant chief passport officer, died on July 7th at the age of 81. The naming of the room was announced during a memorial service at the Grand Bahama office on August 12th. Officials described DeVoe as a pioneer who helped bring passport services to residents across the northern Bahamas. Foreign Affairs and Immigration Minister Fred Mitchell describing DeVoe as a role model for public servants.
A wonderful individual, always at the beck and call. If you called him, asked him to sort out something, he did it. He did it quickly, without complaint. And that's what we want when we give service to the people of our country. So, Mrs. DeVoe, I hope on this occasion, this small token of our esteem for him, for a good public servant, is able to register with you and your family that we appreciated what he did in life.
Well, for some Grand Bahama students, the financial pressure of paying for university just got a lot lighter. Buckeye Scholarship Program is awarding 4-year scholarships, giving recipients a chance to pursue a degree at the university of their choice. The program has been supporting young Bahamians for more than 4 decades, with a focus on removing some of the financial barriers that can stand between students and their education. Government Relations Head Kim Pratt says that investment can have an impact well beyond the classroom.
For more than 4 decades, the program has reflected Buckeye's steadfast commitment to education and to the development of the people of the Bahamas. Established to help deserving students pursue higher education, the program was created with a simple but powerful purpose: to invest in the potential of young Bahamians and to help remove financial barriers that might stand in the way of their dreams. We believe that when we invest in education, we invest in stronger families, stronger communities, and a stronger nation. Over the years, the impact of this program has extended far beyond the classroom. Many of our past scholarship recipients have gone on to become respected professionals, business leaders, educators, healthcare providers, public servants, and community leaders throughout the Bahamas.
And for scholarship recipient Stefan Roll, that financial support is already making a difference. Roll is headed to the University of Missouri to pursue a degree in cybersecurity.
Receiving a scholarship is just, it feels surreal, to be honest. I mean, it's just an amazing opportunity, you know. BPH just, they give you a platform to go off to do your education and come back and just reimburse into your community, and it's just an amazing opportunity.
Coming up in sports, Jazz and the Yankees find a way to get it done in the clutch. Late game heroics for Chavez Young, and the juniors come up short on the soccer pitch in the DR.
Sun, sea, good friends.
And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef, one perfect balance. This isn't the heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Celebrates the Bahamian spirit, from culture and craft to our reefs and jungle, preserving what's ours, shaping what's next. Like, it's in our hands.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. It's not always the long ball. Jazz gets it done in the clutch in a variety of ways. This is the kind of play that gets you paid somewhere. Wasn't the big home runs last night, it was the kids' speed and athleticism on display to help the Yankees get a much-needed 5-3 win on the road in Baltimore. Jazz went 1 for 2, drew 2 walks, scored 2 runs, and when the game was on the line, tied at 3 in the 8th, he stepped up. George Lombard Jr. rolled over a slow ground ball to third, but his speed and Chisholm's speed forced the Orioles' third baseman Kobe Mayo into a tough choice. They couldn't get Jazz, 4-3 Yankees. Then with the bases still loaded, Yenier Cano threw a wild pitch. Jazz took off and scored from third to make it 5-3. I'm sure Yankees fans will definitely be fair and rational about his contributions to the team moving forward. He was already setting records, now he's the hero once again. Chavez Young is always a fan favorite no matter where he plays. Now he gets to hear the cheers in French. Young just helped his Quebec Capitals to clinch a spot in the playoffs of the Frontier League with his walk-off single. Quebec and Sussex County were tied 8-8 in the 9th when the all-star outfielder lined the ball to left field, bringing home the winning run and giving Quebec a 9-8 win. He's already the team's single-season stolen base record holder, and he's been one of the league's top run producers all year long. Now the 4-time defending champs get another opportunity to win the crown. The wildcard round begins on September 9th. 1 goal, that's it. 1 goal was the difference between Team Bahamas getting through to the semis and elimination. The Bahamas under-14 boys were eliminated in Punta Cana after a 1-0 loss to Guyana in their final group match of the CFU Challenge Series. The team finished with 6 points and second place in the standings in Tier 2 Group C, but only the top team in the group could advance. That was Guyana. The Bahamas opened the tournament by handing Anguilla a 3-0 loss, then followed that up by beating Montserrat 5-0. I've known a lot of Bahamians recently that have gone to Colombia and have experienced a tremendous amount of success, for various reasons. Carl Hield is one of them. Hield stopped Yerish Contreras in the 3rd round to successfully defend his WBA Fed Carib and NBA Latin Super Welterweight titles. He also improved to 17-0. The win was especially important after Hield's Commonwealth Games campaign ended earlier this month because of an ankle injury. He appears healthy now and back to his winning ways. That'll do it for Our Sports. This is Tano IS. The Yankee experience has taught me a lot, but I don't think the average person gets how difficult it is to play in New York, in the social media age where people don't like anything, not even overtime. So until the Yankees say themselves that Jazz won't be back, we don't need to look for a new team. But we have the Rangers on speed dial.
Still ahead on our news tonight, there's more to the Baha Mar experience than food and relaxation. Tonight, we get a closer look at the resort's conservation efforts. And Greg is back with the extended weather forecast when our news returns. Stay with us.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Celebrates the Bahamian spirit, from culture and craft to our reefs and jungle, preserving what's ours, shaping what's next. Like, it's in our hands.
This is our news. Welcome back. Tropics a little quiet, but the National Hurricane Center is watching one area. We'll get to that in a short while. The rest of the Atlantic, we have a couple of tropical waves moving across the tropical belt, not showing any organization at this time. A lot of Saharan dust stretching across the entire Atlantic. Some of that should be making its way into the Bahamas over the next couple of days. So we're going to see another influx of some Saharan dust. So if you have respiratory issues, you may want to keep that in mind. But as I mentioned, National Hurricane Center watching one area well to the north of us, northeast actually, out there in the far northeast Atlantic. This is a low pressure system that's going to be forming off of a cold front. National Hurricane Center giving that a low chance for formation, and it will continue to move towards northeast, likely to move in some cooler waters and eventually dissipate. Closer to home, we still have that upper level low spinning across South Florida, triggering some showers and some thunderstorm activity, mainly across the northwest Bahamas, as we get that southeasterly flow bringing in some more tropical moisture. That will actually help to spark a few more showers. But that low will stay with us. We will continue to see these shower activity across the chain of islands, especially northwest Bahamas, through tomorrow and possibly into the weekend before that Saharan dust moves in and dries things out. Future forecast showing the moisture across the northwest Bahamas associated with that upper level low that's spinning, tapering off by tomorrow, late tonight into tomorrow, and then by Friday evening we expect some more shower activity, mainly across the northwest Bahamas. Bulk of it staying across Florida through Saturday, and then by Sunday we get some more showers in the northwest Bahamas as well. Boating forecast: northwest and central Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Southeast to south winds at 10 to 15 knots. Seas running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Low tide is at 9:11 tonight. The high tide takes place at 3:06 in the morning. For the southeast Bahamas, caution flag in place for you guys down there. East to southeast winds at 15 to 20 knots. Seas will be running 4 to 6 feet. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we'll keep some off and on showers through tomorrow, and that upper level low will continue to spin. But temperatures, that's going to be the main story. We're looking for those mid-90s over the next couple of days. Feels like temperatures will be in triple digits, so we still have the heat advisory in place for the entire chain of island. That Saharan dust layer will be moving into us on the weekend, so we may have to put a Saharan dust advisory in during that time frame. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody. Natalia?
And of course, we're still moving closer to the peak of that hurricane season, so we will continue to repeat it. Preparation.
Things remain quiet.
Yeah.
Preparation is the name of the game. We still have time. We still have a couple of weeks left before we reach the peak.
For sure. Serious
things
business.
are going to stay quiet.
Yeah. Thanks so much for that, Greg. All right, well, it's not just about the food, relaxation, and ambiance that makes Baha Mar special. It's also the resort's commitment to conservation. That work comes through a partnership between the resort and the Bahamas National Trust. And our Joshua Williams got a unique chance during his staycation to spend some time with these special birds. Let's take a look.
It's one of our national symbols. You've seen this beautiful creature since as early as first grade, the West Indian flamingo. While the majority of the world's West Indian flamingos live right here in the Bahamas, most can be found on Great Inagua in protected parks managed by the Bahamas National Trust. But a few of these distinctive birds call paradise home at Bahamas Flamingo Encounter. There are two flocks of flamingos on the property, the display flock and the ambassador flock. I was taken to a small enclosure by aviculture specialist Ariane, where I met some of the feathered members of the ambassador flock.
They do all of our events. We have these meet and greets. We have a flamingo parade every morning, flamingo yoga. They get booked for weddings, cocktail appearances, birthdays, photo shoots.
They're described as one of the most successful conservation stories in our country's history. And while these birds may look similar at first glance, each one is unique in its own way. They're identified by numbers, but many also have special names like Bahamar, named after the resort, and Lyndon, named after the Bahamas' first Prime Minister, Sir Lyndon Pinling. After learning all about the birds, we got the chance to feed them, first from cups filled with water, and then directly from our hands. At first, it seemed a little intimidating, but it didn't take long to get the hang of it. And then came our Kodak moment. Over on the other side of the property, you will find a more mature display flock. These flamingos were brought to the Bahamas from a zoo in the United States, and they've now become part of the experience here at Bahamar. But this experience is about more than just getting up close with these beautiful birds. The flamingos and the tours also serve an important educational purpose, helping visitors learn more about the species and the importance of conservation. And here's another important piece of this story. Proceeds from sales at the Conservation Center go toward conservation efforts at the Bahamas National Trust.
And flamingos are not endangered. They are protected, however. They are a protected species. There's a lot of rules and regulations around them because of their low numbers, even though their numbers have come back really well.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Well, a Ghanaian fashion designer is looking to stitch together new trade opportunities between the Bahamas and Africa. During a recent visit to our shores, she met with dignitaries. Our Daniel Miller has more.
Meet Rita Yaboa Awusu, owner of Myra Enterprise, a Ghana-based fashion brand that is bringing traditional African craftsmanship to the international market. Rita specializes in macrame, a traditional technique that uses intricate knotting to create a variety of designs. Her collection includes handmade handbags, jewelry, and sandals, all created from biodegradable materials. Rita's recent trip to the Bahamas was inspired by a visit from the Bahamas Trade Commission to Ghana nearly 2 years ago. She says a conversation about the Bahamas with then Deputy Chairman and now Chairman of the Commission, former Senator Barry Griffin, left a lasting impression. So as she prepared to travel to New York for a recent trade show, Rita decided to extend her trip to New Providence, opening the door to new business connections and possible trade opportunities between the Bahamas and Ghana. Acknowledging the ancestral ties between the two countries, she says her visit to the Bahamas is about more than just selling her products.
And we're trying to ship to the Bahamas as well. And it's been good so far. There are a few challenges because of the international regulations between the two countries.
It's an issue, Griffin says, the Commission is seeking to resolve. Griffin noting the commercial importance of Rita's visit, saying it represents the impact of the Commission's efforts, while emphasizing the global opportunities that local entrepreneurs can benefit from.
And now she's in the Bahamas, meeting with Bahamian retail stores, meeting with Bahamian government and private sector officials, meeting with Bahamian designers to figure out not just ways to get African products into the Bahamas, but how can Bahamians get their products into Ghana.
Now, following my interview with Barry and Rita, I did my research on the exportation of designer goods to Africa and found that there are a lot of benefits for retailers due to the fact that there is a demand for luxury goods in Africa. And also the continent boasts the youngest consumers, with 60% of the population being under 25. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Danielle. And with that, we thank you so much for joining us for Our News tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall-Thomas. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening. On the Record with host Jerome Sawyer starts right now.